Hello and welcome to Tibu's Investigative Card Making, where we help you discover the creativity in you. And today is our Wacky Wednesday, which is our first Wacky Wednesday in this video recording stuff. And I am so excited to bring a tip that's actually mine. I didn't get it from anybody else. This is so cool. And I'm bringing in the cardstock. I'm going to show you this. Actually, I'm going to combine two tips, okay? So, the first one, the tip that I'm going to try to combine, we don't know yet. This is a card. It's a mini slimline card, and I used the basic white for both, basic white regular for both the card and the envelope. Also, I made another one with designer series paper, and in this one I doubled up the front and put it on in the inside, so that gave it a little bit more weight. Now, had I used the other one, it would have been even more weight. It would have been more weightier, I guess is the term. So with that, I went to the post office and I got one of these doohickeys. It's very big. Let me see if I can zoom out a little. There you go. It's very big. So what happened is that, let me go this way a little bit on the, sorry for making you a little dizzy. It's making me dizzy. So I went there and I got one of these, and this tells you what you do. You put your card in the envelope, and well, when you go to the post office, you do that. But anyways, you go to the maximum line, which is this, and over here. So this one says 6 and 6 and an eighth over. Okay, so this, it fit. The next thing was to find out if it would fit through this, and it did with the card inside. Also, she told me after they weighed it was that yes, it will definitely be able to be used, only one stamp to be used. And I thought that was just boondaba. Now, making these, I'm making 15 of these cards, right, for my class next month. And these are 6 1/4 by 6 1/2 divided by, and scored at, excuse me, 3 1/4. So 6 1/4 is very difficult to find. Well, it's not hard to find, it's hard to see. And let me show you what I mean. A 6 1/4 on this thing is right here in the big long line, okay? That's 6 1/4. That to me is too hard to see. And I used it with, I used my camera light on here to see where it was. I used a circle light, my circle light, and it didn't work well. So I'm like, wow, this is really hard. So what I did was I had already cut out a few. I'm grabbing one. This is actually the disc card of from the 6 1/4 and the 6 1/4 inch side portion. Now the 6 1/4 has to be cut for this tip to work. You have to cut it on the 8 1/2 inch 11 inch side, okay? For this tip to work, this is the only way you can do it, is it has to be cut from the 4 3/4 side. So now I know what I did wrong. Okay, so what I did was I cut this at 4 3/4, which I'm going to do right now. So this is 4 3/4, right? So what's left should be 6 1/4 by 8 1/2. Okay. So now on the 8.5-inch side, we need to cut it at 6.5. Well, I did the same thing. I didn't want to open up this edge, although you could, because the 6.5 is noticeable. It's not that difficult to figure. So on this, we needed to cut 2 inches, actually a hair over 2 inches. So it is not even a 1/16. Okay, so literally a strand of hair. Well, not if you have the thick hair. Just saying. So on this, I went to 2 inches. Oh, and yeah, I went to 2 inches. And oopsie, I like having this down here so that I'm cutting up and pushing up against this end. So I went to the 2 inches, and this is 6 1/4 by 6.5. See? It fits. You can't even see the hair, right? Now, the only thing that is not changed is where you score it. So this will be scored on this side at 3 1/4. Well, 3 1/4. And you can, oh yes you can. 3 1/4. Scoring. Do not, oh God, that hand doesn't work. It's not pressing. So 3 1/4. Then we'll do our little other tip, which I was going to show you earlier or later. This is the tip. You put it up against your trimmer. I'm using my thumb at the moment just for 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. And then you take your, I'm left-handed, so I would take it and use my left hand to go down. Right? Right. Because my right hand doesn't work. I already told you all about that. So there we go. I've got an extra base to do at my class, and that's just awesome sauce. And that is the tip for today. So those are the 3 tips that I had, the real tips that I had for you. Now let's go to the wacky ones, because this is Wacky Wednesday, right? Now, these wacky tips are from my wonderful husband, who wanted to donate them all to you. These are not real tips. Well, one of them maybe is a real tip. The first one he came up with, oh, by the way, I did tell you he is a valedictorian of both of his degrees. Which ones do you ask? Well, he has a bachelor's degree and he has a master's degree. And yes, he was valedictorian in both of them. That made me a very proud wife. So, let me tell you what his tip is. Well, actually, let me read them to you, because he's too smart. He's very, smart people are really smart. But, there we go. But it is very difficult sometimes when they're trying to tell a joke. And I think he's kidding with you, because he said, never cut your cardstock from the inside. Always cut from the outside. I have absolutely no idea what that means. So I think he was trying to be funny. Breathe. Let's get on with the next one he came up with. Ay, ay, ay. In making cards at home, I like this one because I'm thinking of doing this. You can make them in your PJs or pajamas, okay? So card making is perfect for a pajama party. Isn't that awesome? You could have a pajama. I almost said it right the first time. However you guys pronounce PJs, with a long word. You could have a PJ party. Wouldn't that be fun? And do crafting and card making, and that would be so fun, and see all the funny looking, cool looking pajamas that you all get. Oh my, that'd be great. I would love that. This part I added. And the last one is not even a tip. Today's would not be a video without a card being made. Well, I have to tell you, I'm really having a time with this hand today. So I went to prep my cards and my card, one card, and then I was going to do it in front of you. But I had a bit of a time, and you can tell even by the card. He wanted a wacky card, and he wanted one where the women were in pajamas and blah, blah, blah. We don't have as far as I know, we don't have a stamp set with women in clothes. You know, they're not naked. We don't have one like that, where you can color in the the clothes to look like PJs, right? Okay, I have one that's not Stampin' Up, and I don't do non-Stampin' Up in my videos because this is all about Stampin' Up. So he said, how about the squirrel one? Nuts about squirrels. Well, I'm not nuts about squirrels. I don't like squirrels. And if you've seen my videos, you'll know why I don't like squirrels. And I'm not telling you. Watch the video. Find the video, because I don't remember which one it is. But find the video and see which one it is why I don't like squirrels. I am not telling you today. So I said, okay, I reckon. But I wanted to do a card with the celebration stamp set, which is Hippest Hippos. And that is a really cool stamp set. I love it. It has framelits. You can get the stamp set and the framelits separately, though, with a total of $100 in your order, minus tax and shipping. But I wanted to do the hippo. He said, no. I'm like, hippos are wacky. Yeah, he wanted me to do the squirrel. By the way, celebration's going to end this month. So if you like Hippest Hippos and you like the framelits, hey, I'd get it. It's only $100 plus tax and shipping for those two sets. So, and it's free. It's basically free. It is free because it's celebration. You get two items for free. So anyway, I came up with, I'll show you this squirrel. Nuts about squirrels. It's a great sentiment one. I don't like squirrels, but they are cute. I have to tell you, these two squirrels, they're adorable. They're just cute. And they're double stamping or I can't say it, forget it. Hope you're feeling bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I know somebody right now who's sicker than a spagdaggle, and she's still sicker than a spagdaggle. There's hey there, nuts about you, happy birthday. I think those squirrels that I talked about in my previous video, I think they were nuts about me. Yeah, or they wouldn't have done it twice. Okay, happy birthday. Yeah, so these are the cards I came up with. This is Simple Dimple, Easy Deasy, Double Cheesy, a squirrel in there. Hey there. Hope you're feeling bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. That's a bit bright. Okay, here's another one. I was trying to case somebody, but I tried to change it up a little bit, and I really messed it up big time. So here's one. I did it twice. I did this card twice. Can you believe me? I can't believe me. I did it twice. Oh my goodness. Let's mess it up twice. I did not stamp the inside. Yay! Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you had a blast again with me. I hope that if you're interested in anything that we used today, even I'll put in the infamous description box below all the information you need to know. I will put in about the note cards and envelopes. By the way, these note cards and envelopes are not as musical as I am. Please get that. Please somebody get that. I thought it was funny. But hey, you know, it's true. Anyway. Oh my. See, my hand's hurting me too much. I'm squishing it already. Oh yes. Well, I hope that you've learned something today on Wacky Wednesday. And hopefully stay tuned for next Wacky Wednesday. There will be our second Wacky Wednesday. I think we will count these, see how long I can go. Come back for Friday's funny funfold cards. Funny funfold cards. They're not going to be funny. I have no idea. Matter of fact, Franz said that he wanted to design a card, and I'm like, okay, I'll use it for Funny Funfold Day, Fridays. Because, first of all, it is funny that he wants to make a card. He's very creative. Oh my goodness, my husband is wonderful with all this information stuff. He made me a bunch of things to help me to understand and to do things, but then sometimes he's a little over my head and below my knees. So, you know, but he's wonderful. Hence the reason he's got 2 degrees and I have none. I don't even have my associates. Oh my goodness. Is that too much information? I think so. So how about if we leave with this? I hope again that you've learned something from me regarding the first 3 tips that we showed that were actual tips, and that you had a good time. And thank you for spending that time with me. May you have a very blessed week. Bye-bye.